One of the key issues in CAD is precision. To demonstrate a counterexample, I'm going to turn all of my drawing aids off and attempt to draw a square. I'm being as careful with the mouse as I can be. Try to get straight lines, horizontal lines, and to meet those back together. And if I zoom out far enough, it actually looks pretty good. But when we zoom in, we'll find there are problems. Number one, these two endpoints should be co-located, and they're not. That's a big problem in CAD. Also, where it may seem that this line is horizontal, I'm going to turn some drawing aids back on and draw in a truly horizontal line, and you can see that my original line is in fact not horizontal. So drawing with precision is a big issue in CAD. Some tools to help you do that. You've already seen some of these, but the first one is ortho mode. So I'm going to turn ortho mode on, and I'm going to go to a line, for instance. Ortho mode is not just restricted to lines, but we'll demonstrate it with line. Now you'll notice that I can only draw a line at 0, 90, 180, or 270 degrees. And I can use this as really nice for creating my square. Let's put in a distance of 1. So I did that with the keyboard. Again, type 1, press enter. Type 1, press enter. And 1, press enter. Now I have a perfect square. Ortho mode is really useful when you need it, but it can get in the way of your drawing when you don't. So I typically draw with it off. Another nice tool is called polar tracking. Turn polar tracking on, start a line, and you'll notice that whenever I get close to 0, 90, 180, 270 degrees, the line snaps to that exact angle. Just like we did with polar tracking, we can draw our square like this. Type 1, press enter. Use polar tracking to get that angle exact. Give it a length of 1. Use polar tracking to get the angle exact. Give it a length of 1. And one more time. Another very useful set of tools for maintaining precision is the object snaps. You've already experienced these somewhat in Lab 1. I'm going to turn my object snaps on, and then I'm going to draw a line. And notice that I'm automatically finding midpoints and endpoints of lines. So if I want to put a circle in the middle of my square, I can draw a construction line, and then I can use the midpoint snap to locate my circle precisely. We have other snaps besides midpoints and endpoints. If you click the little down arrow next to the object snap tool, you get a list of these. So there's lots available. There's also centers of circles, quadrants of circles, intersections of lines. You can control here which are found when you're working with the mouse. For example, if I want to turn off midpoints, now when I go to draw a line, I'm not snapping to midpoints. But you can see I'm still snapping to centers. quadrants, etc. It might seem like a good idea to have all of these checked, but in a complex drawing they can actually start to get in the way. So it's really up to you and your drawing style which midpoint snaps you want to have on. If you don't have one on, you still have the option of turning them on one at a time as you draw. So for example, I don't have a tangent snap set. But if I want to draw a line to the tangent, say from this corner, and I want to make this line tangent to the circle, I can right click, or long right click if you've modified your right click behavior. Go to snap overrides, pick tangent, and there we go. If you're going to be using tangent a lot, it might be a good idea to come down here and actually turn it on. When you're done using it a lot, come back down and turn it off. Again, there's no right way, no right set of object snaps to have on. It really is up to you, your preference, your drawing style. A really nice one to point out that might not be very obvious. I think endpoints, midpoints, centers, quadrants of circles, intersections of lines are quite obvious. Perpendicular is maybe not so obvious, so let me show you an example of how I might use perpendicular. I'm going to draw in a line. I'm going to draw in a circle. And then I would like to drop a vertical line from the quadrants of this circle down to this line. So from the quadrant, and you'll notice because I have my perpendicular snap on, whenever I get close to that perpendicular point, I get the green perpendicular indicator. I'll do that again on the other side.